Hi all, this is Janine from CREATOR117. Welcome back to part 2 of the spiritual egg cleanse. Part 2 is all about interpreting the egg and what it did to absorb all your negative energy or whatever's going on. So basically, this is going to be fast. I'm just going to tell you what to look for with your egg so you know what was going on in your body or what might still be going on, because sometimes you need an additional cleanse. We're going to use mine so you guys could see what it looks like and know what's going on. So this is mine. I'm going to kind of, turn it all around. You can see the yolk at the bottom, which isn't normally a good indicator. You can see all the bubbles and the cobweb floating to the top and like the big balloon type things in there. So basically, I'm going to just hold this so you guys can just see it. So that's my egg after the fact. And there's a lot going on in there. There's even a wall covering the yolk and keeping it down. And you see all these like cobwebs floating to the top, bubbles, and two big balloon type things with tiny bubbles in it. So that's basically what it looks like, and here is how to interpret it. So, for bubbles around the yolk and or floating towards the surface, the person has an air, a traditional illness that causes low energy levels due to excess negative energy. If there are spikes going towards the surface of the glass, it's envy. Someone is trying to block or harm you. If there's clouds around the yolk, someone around you is causing trouble. If there is red or black dots, this means there's excessive negative energy. And if it is combined with spikes and clouds, it means physical illness. Watch for any shapes to clarify. Yes, I had to take notes because there are a lot of interpretation with an egg. If there are downward spikes, you're holding back your emotions. I'm surprised I don't have that because I hold back my emotions a lot. But in this case, if you're holding back your emotions, it can be very harmful. If there are spirals or knots in your glass, it means untreated physical illness that needs your attention, so make an appointment with a doctor. Again, this is not a doctor advice or anything. This is just what I get, so I'm just passing it on. If the yolk goes to the bottom, which mine did, it's taken as a sign of being hexed. If there are eyes in your cup or your glass, someone's giving you the evil eye. If there are white halos around the yolk, avoid making any reckless decisions. Like really take a step back and rethink everything. If the egg looks cooked or the yolk appears less bright and the whites are opaque, there is negative energy or hexes around you. If there are fine threads in your glass, there's gossip around you. If you have cobweb-looking things, which I do, someone is envious, or you may be in a tangled situation that's causing you distress, or you had an evil eye placed upon you. Make sure you do a second cleansing. If you see flowers in your glass, which I've never seen on anyone that I've done, it means good luck and blessings. Let's see. Well, that's still going on. If you see faces in your glass, the spirits are sending you messages and you need to pay attention to the signs around you. If the egg breaks while you are in the middle of your ritual, the egg has absorbed too much negative energy. And depending on what you feel, you can either grab another egg and start over, or assume that the egg that you are using has absorbed all the negative energy. However, in my experience, I would just grab another egg and start where you left off, on the person or yourself. If there is a bad smell, it is a clear sign that a hex has been absorbed into the egg and is now broken. If there's smelly water or blood, someone has used magic against you. It could also mean that you have an illness or a disease that you haven't discovered yet. Again, these are all just possibilities, but I have been told that I've been right so far with everyone I've done. If there are bubbles within the water or the egg whites, it means that your cleansing ritual was a success, or that you're experiencing gas or indigestion due to stress. Let's see, I know there's a few more. If seeing large bubbles or balloon-type bubbles in the water, it means the egg absorbed a lot of negative energy and to do a second cleanse, which obviously mine has, so I'm going to have to do not only a second, because this is my second, I'm going to have to do a third. If there are needles or spikes, it means there are people around you with bad intentions. They could be energy vampires taking your positive energy and leaving you with bad vibes. Or they're hoping you don't succeed or that you don't reach your goals. So they are very envious of you. If you're seeing a face in the yolk, that means you have an enemy. They might be envious of you. I see a lot of envious things with the egg cleanses. They're envious of you or thinking negatively about you. Here's a little thing to do. Try to interpret who is in the egg yolk, like who it looks like, if it is a face, since that will give you some insight into who is causing you distress. And if the water is clear and the egg is fine and there's no bubbles, there's nothing, everything looks great, then you absolutely have no negative energy to pull from your body. And you definitely don't need to do another cleanse. So that is how to interpret an egg cleanse with the yolk. Now, I've also heard about putting pepper in the glass. I don't know, how true that is, but if you have a curse, they say to put pepper in the glass and it makes the curse go away. I don't really know because I've never done that. So you could try it. It's not going to hurt. And then you simply take your mason jar or your glass and discard it down the toilet with some sea salt or regular salt and flush it to purify and get rid of the negative energy. So that is part 2 of the egg cleanse. And I don't know. Like this, share it, tell me if you did it and what your egg looks like. You could even take pics and put them in the comments, and I will try to interpret it for you if you would like. Thank you for tuning in to Spiritual Array 117, and see you next time.